Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel STF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking and this is a recap of the Warhammer TV Twitch stream with Adam Troke, interviewing him about recent unveilings for Middle-earth. So this was basically a recap show from what was talked about in the Middle-earth seminar at Warhammer Fest. Although they have dropped a few new hints about upcoming stuff as well as rules for a couple of models. So let's get into it. And we can also speculate about something here. So it'll be fun. So first of all, reason why I'm doing these recap videos is that Warhammer TV is a Twitch stream that you have to subscribe to get access to. Although many people with Amazon Prime accounts can add Warhammer TV as their free channel to go past that thing, but not everyone has that opportunity. So so obviously I won't use any of their imagery or include their video in any kind. I'll just recap everything that they talked about so that everyone will have access to this for free. Because information is good when it's free. Alright people, so they open up with some witty banter. Kiri was missing. Well, she was on the stream, but she had her arm in a sling, so feel better, Kiri. Hope that sorts itself out. Hope it's not a broken arm, because that'll take weeks to heal, and your painting time will be less. That's a shame, because all the time can be spent painting is good time. Alright, so they first took up a bit about the Goblin Mercenaries, which were on sale at Warhammer Fest. These were sculpted by Keith Robertson. Don't know if that has been revealed before, because obviously Forge World doesn't really attribute their who sculpted what, which I think is a shame. I think they should flaunt who made stuff, because then we can give credit to the individual designers. And if it's a joint project, of course, credit all the designers on the project, because they are individuals adding their individual styles, although it is a company thing. So I would prefer it if Games Europe and Forge World released who made stuff. That will be grand. So all good news, all the heads, arms and weapons, weapon arms with wrists, are interchangeable. So it's basically just legs and torsos, which there are four different types that are a staple, and then it's basically just a huge sprue with all the weapons. I will be receiving mine very shortly, along with a few other key models. So you can expect to see unboxings of those products very soon. Alright, so then they come on to the Knights of the Lamroth. They talk a bit about the Baird, no Baird debate, which obviously some of the Knights have their blood diluted, in my opinion, so much so that they can grow beards. Because although Knights of the Lamroth, well, Dol Amrothians, were closely lineaged to the Elves at one point, things happen. And then again, Faramir and Boromir have beards, so does Elendil and Isildur, so why not the Knights of the Lamroth? Although not directly in line with the Dol Amrothians, they're all drawn from the same bloodline. Faramir and Boromir were, of course, Imrahil's nephews, for those who didn't know. Then they showed off Gauritz, well, Scully, if we are to use his more popular moniker, as well as Gothmog's Enforcer. These alongside Knights of the Lamroth and the two next models we're going to talk about will be coming out in the coming months. So they didn't give a specific schedule for when we will receive these, but we know that models shown at an event will due to the license be on sale within at most 3 months. So since this was in the middle of May, then we will have these models out by the middle of August. So, so that's really cool. So both these models will be available in the same pack, so it will be a 2-pack model, kind of in the same way as Hildebrand and Percy, I would presume, for roughly the same price, I would also presume. These are support models, so these are not your frontline captains, these are more of support models. And there was a statement that Gauritz, or Scully as is more commonly known, is a master of reinforcements. So we could probably expect to see a special rule which is in line with that kind of moniker. So so he will maybe have a similar rule as the Iron Hills Army special rule that they can adjust point up or down depending on what you want on reinforcement rolls for Maelstrom battles, perhaps. Then we come to Ingold, the Warden of Ramas Ekor. So this model and the next model we're going to talk about is all made due to the license that Games Group has with Middle-earth Enterprises. So obviously neither Ingold or Hurin were in the Lord of the Rings movies. So, well, Hurin was, or was he? Yeah, I think so. Because it is stated as being in the movie, in the book, the big book from Weta. So, Ingold is a guardian. He guards the outer wall. So Ramas Ekor envelops the Pelennor Fields, and he has a special rule that basically gives credence to this, and this is a very, very cool special rule. So Ingold and warriors of Minas Tirith within 3 inches of him have to be killed in order to back away. Well, in order to be backed away. So if you are in a combat with either Hurin or a Knight of Minas, a warrior of Minas Tirith within 3 inches of him, then you have to, the way I see it without having the specific wording of the rule, is that you, instead of pushing the model back and then rolling to wound, you don't push the model back, roll to wound, and then if you don't kill it, then the attacking model have to back away, and if you do kill it, you do nothing. So it's a very, very interesting rule, and something that could be used for great tactical effect, I would presume, as well. So, so yeah, a really, really cool rule that supports his warden role. And this was also Keith Robertson's first ever digital sculpt. And very, very nicely done, Keith, because this was a beautiful model with numerous amounts of key features, such as the extra added detail on shield with the 7 layers of Minas Tirith, and then Ramas Ekor around, so you know where he is in the battle line, as it were. Then we come to Hurin the Tall, and it's not that Hurin. It's not the Hurin from the children of Hurin. This is of course Hurin the Tall, which is the warden of the keys, and he's also a licensed model, so he's due to the license that GW has with Middle-earth Enterprises, that they can make models that fit the narrative, fit the feel of the world. And he is, by Adam's words, half a head taller than Aragorn, so we could assume that this is a big model. So he will come available in a blister foot mounted, in a single blister, so yeah, that will be extremely cool. So that was what was said about the models that were shown or sold at Warhammer Fest. And then we come down to like questions and answers from the community, and there were some interesting points here. So first of all, Damien and Tom are running a tournament this weekend, so give them loads of support on the Great British Hobbit League, and this is a tournament I've always wanted to go on, but never had the option to, because it is a hard time to justify going at an event in May here in Norway, because there's so much else to do. We have an upcoming gaming festival. There's loads of things to do with the studio, as well as preparing for the summer vacations, so filming extra content. In addition to Norway has its national day in May as well, so there's loads of parties and celebration going on as well. So it's a hard time going away, but always wanted to go, and yeah, I wish everyone who's going very best of luck, because it seems to be one of the best events during the calendar for the Great British Hobby League. And I've been to a few of the tournaments in the Great British Hobby League now, but it always seems that Seven Stones has a fantastic reputation. So keep on trucking that, and good luck to you guys, and great shout getting a plug from Adam as well. Then we come on to the open day, the Forgeworld Open Day in July. So we all know that Forgeworld will have an open day in July, and there was a question asked about what they could expect to see from Middle-earth, the Middle-earth team there. So Adam said in a very cryptic voice that they will be there, they will show stuff, and it might be different stuff. So it's fair to say that they will probably have some of these models on sale early, and you will probably see some more new stuff, which is very exciting, and I hope that is the case, because yeah, give us more, all the stuff. Then they moved on to, there was a question about getting Iron Hills dwarves with swords. And Adam said as much, that would probably be an upgrade pack, in a similar vein to the Gundabad upgrade pack. And this is something I fully support, because you don't really need to get a full pack of warriors and sell it as a separate line, because we all know that the Middle-earth line has a finite number of SCUs, that is a product number. And they have done a great job of combining these SCUs, for instance combining the Master of Lake Town and Alfred as a single pack, combining several others into a single pack, so that they make room for more products down the line. And we all know that there has been some form of not backlash, but some form of discussion, because Forgeworld has recently announced that they will be discontinuing some SCUs, most notably some of the weapon upgrade packs for the Heresy Marines, which is not too surprising in my opinion, because many of these things have been released in plastic as well, through the games which are part of the company. So yeah, I think that is what will happen with some SCUs. But then you had a podcast, I think sorry, I think Jeremy from the Green Dragon podcast had a thread today about this in the Great British Hobby League page, where he said that a podcast had mentioned during a discussion about this that they thought the Arnold's Chariot should be discontinued because they have sold 20 of them, which is not true at all, because in Norway I know about 9 as well, and I think when I last saw the thread, about 60 chariots were represented on that thread, which had run at that point for roughly an hour. So, so yeah, not true at all, and is a fantastic sculpt, and I know that this is only a fraction of the numbers sold through Forgeworld. Speaking of sales numbers, which obviously Games Workshop aren't used to give out sales numbers for specific lines. They give out sales figures each quarter, but they don't tell anyone how many they sold of a particular unit, how many they are made for a particular unit, if it's sold out, stuff like that. So there was a question on on how well the sales numbers for the Middle-earth range has been. And what Adam then says was that the fans, i.e. us, have done the team proud, which means that they are selling Middle-earth stuff really well, which is hardly surprising with the amount of enthusiasm and general happiness towards the Middle-earth team and the models and the sculpts and the painting and the scenarios and everything surrounding it is. And we see new people getting into the Hobbit every single day now. Every single day there is a new post, a new comment, a new question from a new player. So people are either coming back or starting with the Hobbit, which is absolutely fantastic. And when Middle-earth turns around, I'm sure many more will turn around as well. And as we alluded to in the Hobby Hangout on Sunday, if Games Workshop grabs the license to the Amazon show, imagine what that can do to the hobby as well. Not just for the Middle-earth part of the hobby, but the hobby in whole, because we are in a place now with fandom and general geekiness that it is no longer you're no longer ashamed to say I play with toy soldiers. Well, I've never been ashamed to say it because I'm quite proud of it, but many people I know have been kind of ashamed to say, yes, I paint toy soldiers. Well, why would you? Why would you be ashamed of that? And I think I have numerous videos attributed to this as well, that you shouldn't be ashamed of what you do. If it's a passion, you should wear it loud and proud, as one should say. So yeah, I think we're in a place now where our geek culture has taken the mainstream, and the outline fringes are no longer fringes, they are a big part of the culture. So although miniature wargaming is was a fringe part of the tabletop community as a whole, I think now that painting toy soldiers and doing cool stuff is what is accepted. So yeah, introduce your friends. Don't be ashamed to tell them that this is really fun. You should try painting a model. You should try having a game, because yeah, it is great fun. Enough said about that. Do tell them in the comments below if you've had similar feelings of shame, if you want to. Obviously many of us are anonymous on YouTube anyway, so so if you want to share your stories, get them in the comments below, and tell us you've been through, because I've been through a huge amount of ridicule, a huge amount of bullying through my whole life, but I think I'm stronger for it. I think the reason why I'm a strong person now is because I've held to my beliefs that this is something I want to do. I didn't buckle under pressure, and I've done some form of miniature wargaming every single month since I was 8 years old. So that's me. I'm a special kind of geek. I'm proud of it. So and the last point is made to order. We all know made to order, well, most of us know made to order as the system that Games Workshop re-releases metal or plastic, well, not plastic, metal or resin sculpts for a limited amount of time. So they recently did this with the old fantasy Dark Elves, reintroducing them to the Age of Sigmar range because they released a document with rules for playing with the classic Dark Elves in Age of Sigmar, and then they, alongside that, they introduced the old models back into the range, and there was about like 6, 7, 8 different kinds of miniature packs available for a 2-week period. And if you ordered in that 2-week period, you would be guaranteed that you would receive these miniatures. But they would only make them in that period. So if you didn't order in that period, they would be discontinued again until they really re-release them again in the same kind of system. So Adam talked a bit about the, well, he alluded to the made to order system, that it's coming down the line. for Middle-earth. So I think we can expect to see some of the models that it wouldn't be, and again I'm going into geeky logistics stuff, but since Games Workshop has a finite number of SCUs to use for Middle-earth, it would behoove them to release a section of models they still have the molds for. They can make in metal or resin, whichever was the last material they were made in, and then they will have them for sale for a number of weeks. It might be one, it might be two, it might be more, and then they would remove them again, and the people who order them will get the miniatures and be happy. And I think that works well for the rarer and more non-common sculpts you would need for an army. So for instance, Arnor isn't that huge of a deal in the terms of an army. Many people have it, but I don't think that you will get a huge influx of Arnor armies if you release Malbeth, Arathorn and the command pack again for forever. But I do think that the people who have always wanted to get Malbeth but couldn't because it's out of production, as well as hugely overpriced on eBay, and most of the eBay models you get are recast. So I don't think that particular sculpt would be good to re-release for a long-term period, but it would be fantastic for a made-to-order system, which is what I think they will do. They will do down the line. So that's coming to the end of this this video. I'm sorry for it being a bit later than usual. I've been swamped at work and had prior engagements this Thursday as well, so I've gone down to the studio to watch the stream and get my comments in as soon as possible for everyone. So hopefully it will be received well in time, and press the like button and get us a comment as well if you enjoyed this video. So that's everything. So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I've been Andreas Norwegian Viking, and this has been the recap of Warhammer TV with Adam Troke on May 24th. Please comment, like, share and subscribe, and do consider supporting STF on Patreon using the link in the description below. It is a fantastic way for you to be able to support us doing everything we love here in the studio, having the lights on, getting new camera equipment and getting more and better content to you guys. As a reward, you get exclusive content for a full year, in addition to physical perks and merch, depending on your pledge level. So do click the link in the description below to see what that's all about. And as always everyone, support your hobby.